What's going on, family, and welcome back to another one. Dragon Canoe in the building. I appreciate everybody checking in. One time for the one time. Y'all know how we do. We're talking lost tribes and promised lands, the seed of Abraham. And today we're going to get into it, man. We're talking Abraham and the seed of Abraham. But most importantly, we're talking about Abraham here. One of our most important, if not the most important ancestor, the progenitor of the Israelites, of Judah, of Jacob, of Isaac. Let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a note in the comments. And we're just doing what we do best. Staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. Allow. Oh, wow. So here we are, man. Shout out to y'all. Here we go. The Most High wanted me to get into Torah a little bit more frequently. Keep my head in the books, you know how we do it. We're popping off in Jeremiah 10, talking idolatry, idols. For there is none like unto thee, our power, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Let's rock. They are like a pillar in a garden of cucumbers, and speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither is it in them to do good. There is none like unto thee, our power, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of the nations? For it befitteth thee, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their royalty, there is none like unto thee, Most High, the greatest power. All right, in this verse or verses, I want to highlight one specific phrase. This one really stuck with me. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither is it in them to do good. So with that being said, what can they do? For there is none like unto thee, our power, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. So all these other so-called deities, lower level gods, they cannot do evil, nor is it in them to do good. So here's why I want to use Abraham to break it down for y'all. One of the good ox said in a comment a couple months back that Abraham did the best job of breaking down the foolishness of idolatry for the nation. So we're going to use Abraham because, again, he is a very important ancestor, if not the most important. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. For Abraham was chosen, and he believed on the Most High. All right, let's get into it. Let's dig a little deeper here. Let's connect the dots. So now we're in Isaiah. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek your power. Look unto the rock whence ye were hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye were digged. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bore you. For when he was but one, I called him, and I blessed him, and made him many. This is another good one, man. We're just connecting the dots here. You know how we do. So he says, look unto Abraham your father, and to Sarah that bore you. For when he was but one, I called him, and I blessed him, and made him many. So the Most High chose Abraham when he was but 1 year old. So just think about that. Just meditate on that just for a second. Because when I read through this, I overlooked it, and when I came back, I'm like, okay, it's all starting to make sense, man. Abraham is the one, literally, for the Most High called on him when he was but one, and blessed him, and made him many. So now we're going to get a little deeper, Let's get it, man. You know how we do. Let me know what y'all think. All right, let's get into it. We're going to make some character introductions here. Abraham's father Terah, his wife Sarah, and his brothers, Nahor and Haran, and his nephew Lot. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, O Jacob. Dragon Canoe got you. Let me guide you on this one. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran begot Lot. And Haran died in the presence of his father Terah, in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. And Sarah was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarah his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran, and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Alright, sometimes you gotta do a little genealogy, we gotta dig a little deeper. But I use this to segue talking about Abraham's father Terah, who died in Haran. And if you didn't know, we're gonna dig into the apocalypse of Abraham. Terah's father made idols with his hands and worshipped him. So we're gonna connect the dots here. Let's see where this takes us. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. Now the Most High said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto the land that I will show thee. And I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and be thou a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and him that curseth thee will I curse. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abram went, as the Most High had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. Alright, let's break it down, O Jacob. So again, it was a key moment for Abram to leave his father's house. It was pivotal in his ascension, his selection from Abram to Abraham. And the Most High said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto the land that I will show thee. So again, sometimes Hawa sets you apart. You may not know why or understand. Just go with the flow. He had to set Abram apart from thy kindred and from thy father's house. Keep that in mind. As we get to the end, you'll get why I'm making a point of this. Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house. And he will make him a great nation. And Abraham believed on him. So again, we're talking lost tribes and promised lands, the seed of Abraham. It's starting to get real trippy here. Let me know what you think. After these things, the word of the Most High came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield. Thy reward shall be exceeding great. And Abram said, O my power, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go hence childless? And he that shall be possessor of my house is Eliezer of Damascus. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is to be mine heir. And behold, the word of the Most High came unto him, saying, This man shall not be thine heir, but he shall come forth out of thine own bowels, shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward heaven, and count the stars, if thou be able to count them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. So see, Abraham is special, man. The Most High chose Abraham, and Abraham believed on him. And he says, He brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven and count the stars, if thou be able to even count them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. The Most High made a promise unto Abraham, and the Most High keeps his promises, O Jacob. You are his posterity. Again, I cannot make this up. We're just staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. We're in the last days, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. We're cooking on this one. Hey, these some of my favorite verses when it start like this. And it came to pass that when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a dread, even a great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. But thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, thou shalt be buried in a good old age, and in the fourth generation they shall come back hither, for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet full. Let's get into it. Let's dig a little deeper. Again, the Most High is revealing to Abraham when it came to pass, letting him know that his seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they will be slaves for 400 years. Let that sink in. But the Most High promises that Abram will go to thy fathers in peace. We're talking Noah, we're talking Enoch, we're talking those who came before, staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. And in the fourth generation they shall come back hither. So Abraham's posterity, they will come back to this place. And for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet full. So the Most High has judgment coming for the Amorite, because his iniquity at this time was not yet full. But when the fourth generation returns, it'll be full. Like I said, we're in the last days. Kazan Akarit Hayamim. In those days, saith the Most High. And the Most High said, Shall I hide from Abraham that which I am doing, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him? For I have known him, to the end that he may command his children and his household after him, that they may keep the way of the Most High, to do righteousness and justice, to the end that the Most High may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. So again, Abraham is very special. The Most High has known him and blessed him, and speaks very highly of him. Because the Most High says, For I have known him, to the end that he may command his children and his household after him. Again, lost tribes and promised lands, the seed of Abraham, that they may keep the way of the Most High, to do righteousness and justice. We're just doing what we do best, man. We're just wave surfing here. We get another compliment of Abraham, or another breakdown in Joshua. Let's get it. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers. And they presented themselves before the Most High. And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus saith the Most High, the power of Israel, Your fathers dwelt of old time beyond the river, even Terah, the father of Abraham and the father of Nahor, and they served other gods. And I took your father Abraham from beyond the river, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. Hey, so again, family, I can't make this up. This is all over scripture. Abraham is that guy. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel, and said unto all the people, Thus saith the Most High, the power of Israel, Your fathers dwelt of old time beyond the river, even Terah, the father of Abraham and the father of Nahor, and they served other gods. So here's where we're about to get into the apocalypse of Abraham, and how he came out of idolatry. Like I said, his father made idols. But the Most High believed in Abraham so much and chose him, from since he was but 1 year old, that he took Abraham from his father's house, and led him all throughout the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. So again, we're just doing what we do best, man. We're on the trail. Let's get it. All right, let's get into it. The Apocalypse of Abraham, chapter 3. Now, some say this isn't canon and that, you should just stick to the Torah, which I agree. But the Apocalypse of Abraham does hit different. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, I feel like it's worth checking out, most definitely. It breaks down how Abraham came out of idolatry. But in the Torah, we do see the mention of Terah, Abraham's father, worshiping other gods. And in this text, we learn that he makes them with his hands and worships them. And Abraham comes to find out that there is no breath in these gods, and that they are a joke, and that there is none greater than the Most High. So this kind of gives you an in-depth on how Abraham was chosen by the Most High and how some of these things came to be. All right, let's get it. Abraham about to break it down for us. Listen what he said. When I was still going on the way, my heart was perplexed within me, and my mind was distracted. And I said in my heart, what evil deed is this that my father is doing? Is not he rather the God of his gods, since they come into existence through his chisels and lathes, and his wisdom? And is it not rather fitting that they would worship my father, since they are his work? What is this delusion of my father and his works? Behold, the idol fell and could not rise in his own temple, nor could I by myself move him until my father came, and the two of us moved him. And as we were thus too weak, his head fell from him, and he, my father, set it upon another stone of another god, which he had made without head. And the other 5 gods were broken, and were able neither to help themselves nor to hurt themselves, because it had broken them to pieces, nor did their broken fragments come up out of the river. And I said in my heart, if this be so, how can an idol, my father's God, having the head of another stone, and himself being made of another stone, rescue a man, or hear a man's prayer and reward him? So basically, Abraham is like, what's wrong with my father? Is he blind? Cannot he not even see what's going on here? And Abraham's kind of just like, this is a joke. How can we pray to a power or believe in a power that you make with your hands, who is broken into pieces, and fragments cannot come up out of the river? So Abraham just kind of breaks it down little by little, but he makes some very valid points. He says, what is this delusion of my father and his works? So let's get it. Chapter 7, Abraham pretty much just cooks his father's delusion pretty much. What can I say? He really went in on him. Listen what Abraham said. Chapter 7, behold, the fire is more worthy of honor than all things formed, because even that which is not subjected is subjected unto it, and things easily perishable are mocked by its flames. But even more worthy of honor is the water, because it conquereth the fire, and satisfieth the earth. But even it I do not call God, because it is subjected to the earth under which the water inclineth. But I call the earth much more worthy of honor, because it overpowereth the nature of the water. Even it, however, I do not call God, because it too is dried up by the sun, and is apportioned to be tilled by man. I call the sun more worthy of honor than the earth, because it with its rays illumineth the whole world, and the different atmospheres. But even it I do not call God, because at night and by clouds its course is obscured. Nor again do I call the moon or the stars God, because they also in their season obscure their light at night. But hear this, Terah my father, for I will make known to thee the power of Israel, the most highest of hosts, who hath made everything. Not these we consider as gods. Who then is he, or what is he, who hath crimsoned the heavens, and made the moon lustrous, and with it the stars, and hath made the earth dry in the midst of many waters, and set thee in, and tested me in the confusion of my thoughts? Yet may Hoah reveal himself to us through himself. I mean, like I said, man, when the Ark pointed out that Abraham did the best job of pointing out the foolishness of idolatry, this is one of my favorite chapters here. He's like, I can't call the fire my power, the water, the air, the earth, because in their time, they're not all knowing, all powerful, almighty. These things have apportioned times and jobs to do. They're not in control of anything by any means. So Abraham had to break it down because his father was on one. And Abram pretty much put him in the blender. All right, y'all, we almost out of here. I just needed to shine some light on Abraham and his relationship with the Most High, and how important it is for us to keep the code, to follow Torah, and keep the Most High at the forefront, because idolatry will get you nowhere. And in this last chapter, you can see what becometh of a man who worship idols. And it came to pass, while I spake thus to my father Terah in the court of my house, there cometh down the voice of a mighty one from heaven in a fiery cloudburst, saying and crying, Abraham, Abraham. And I said, Here am I. And he said, Thou art seeking in the understanding of thine heart, of the most highest of hosts, your power. Oh, I am he. Go out from thy father Terah, and get thee out from the house, that thou also be not slain in the sins of thy father's house. And I went out, and it came to pass, when I went out, that before I succeeded in getting out in front of the door of the court, there came a sound of a great thunder, and burnt him and his house, and everything whatsoever in his house, down to the ground, 40 cubits. And I'm going to leave you with that, O Jacob, for there is no breath in them. The Most High is the greatest power, the highest of hosts. Let me know what y'all think, man. We just doing what we got to do. Got to check in again, let y'all know what's going on with me, what's on my mind. I appreciate y'all. Leave a note in the comments. Shalom to the home team. Let's get it. Allow.